What's going on, guys? Newbie Cyphers here, back again, and I'm here with another discussion video. I know I haven't done this since the last video I uploaded, but I've been dealing with a lot of crazy shit, family issues, but that's neither here nor there. Today I want to do a discussion video about one of the topics that me and my cousin were discussing not too long ago. If you guys are familiar with the game Until Dawn, in my opinion, is a masterpiece of a game. Some people might have a problem with it due to the game mechanics such as the quick time events. I know some people don't like that being added to the game, but in my opinion, it really builds up the tension and suspense because you really grow attached to these characters, no matter their personality, whether they're extremely soft, extremely nice, or just straight up bitchy, which are two characters in the game. No matter what kind of personality they have, you end up growing attached to them, and you realize that it's more than what the game starts off at. It's supposed to be a horror-based game, and it is. It really delivers that message. But you get attached to these characters, and there are certain times where they're put in a certain position, and it depends on you whether they survive or they don't. And because of your attachment to them, you want to make sure that every single one of these characters comes out alive until dawn, hence the title name. But today, also I'm going to be sniffing a lot due to the fact that I think I'm sick, or I'm coming down with something. I don't really know. The topic that me and my cousin were talking about is we were discussing on what kind of film Until Dawn was going to be. Now, if you guys have seen the latest movie, It, based off the horrifying novel by Stephen King, it was a real success. The characters were perfect. The actor who played Pennywise was phenomenal. The tone really delivered. And me and my cousin, we were talking about how would Until Dawn be if it was directed the same way as Stephen King's It was. Now, when it comes to making a movie based off of a game or a TV series or even a novel for that, directors will make a few changes here and there. Hopefully it won't affect the source material. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But I believe that Stephen King's It actually did it right. I noticed there were some changes due to the miniseries, but the miniseries technically doesn't count anymore since we got Stephen King's It, which is chapter 1, and then there's going to be a chapter 2 coming sometime, I believe, this year or next year. But me and my cousin, we were talking about how would Until Dawn be if it was directed the same way as It was. The characters don't have to be changed dramatically. Keep them the same as they were in the Until Dawn game. I feel like that would be very, very important. As for the actors who would portray these characters, I really feel like the actors who were from Until Dawn the game should be in the Until Dawn film. Now, once again, I'm telling you, this is not confirmed. It's not true. This, again, it's a topic. It's an opinion of mine and my cousin. So this doesn't basically mean that an Until Dawn film is going to come out. Although I kind of doubt it ever will. But back to what I was saying, I feel like the actors who portray the characters from the Until Dawn game would be brought back in for an Until Dawn film. I feel like that would be very important because you can't just bring a random actor and have him or her portray the characters that were in the game, because that's going to throw a lot of people off, especially those who actually played the game or even watched the cutscenes for that matter. Now, I've got my hands on Until Dawn, the game, and I played a little bit of it. I even watched cutscenes. And I feel like the most important thing about the game, or even the film adaptation, will have to be the certain choices from the game itself. Now, as it states in the game that every decision you make is going to determine the outcome of your friends or even yourself. So if you make the wrong choice, you could end up getting yourself killed or another character killed. So I feel like for the Until Dawn film, I feel like the choices where everyone survives is going to have to be moved over to the film. I don't think a thing now. Technically, they could make a few of the characters get killed off depending on the choices from the game, but I feel like the choice where all the characters survive, I feel like that should be moved over to the game, to the film. And I feel Until Dawn, if it was a film, I feel like it would have to have the same kind of tone as Stephen King's It did. I feel like that's very, very important. And as you guys know, if you played Until Dawn, the characters at starters are claimed to be friends until a certain tragedy happens where they all end up either falling apart or just going their separate ways until they're brought back to the same until they're brought back for the same location in the first at the beginning of the game. And I feel like at first the source material should continue from the game and move over to the film, but somewhere along the lines there's going to be a drastic change far from the game. I feel like when it comes to the very end of the film, I feel like all these characters should be brought together and they have to realize that they have to stick together and work as a team if they want to survive the entire night. I feel like that would really show how I feel like that would really show how much they work, how much damn, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. I feel like all these characters coming together near the end of the film will really show that they're better off staying as a team rather than being on their own. Because when they're on their own, they can't make the right calls, or they make a certain call that'll put themselves in even more trouble than they already were. And as for the director who would make an Until Dawn film, I have no idea who. I would probably say the director who made it in the first place, or it could be a whole other horror movie director. As long as they do justice to the film, then that's fine with me. I also feel as though that there should be a very impressive CGI director or a CGI monster maker who should be brought in for the Until Dawn film. Like, for example, the Alien franchise. They did an excellent job with the aliens, the xenomorphs. I feel like whoever was responsible for that should be brought in to make the Wendigos. If you don't know what the Wendigos are, they're basically the monsters in the Until Dawn game. Now, as I stated, people who played the game, they will already know what these monsters are, what they look like, but those who don't, I strongly suggest you watch the Until Dawn game and get a little feel as to what the game is about, the tone, how the characters will be, and tell me if you agree with this idea or not. Like I said, this is just a topic that me and my cousin put together. I'm not saying that an Until Dawn film is actually going to come out, though I would really love it if they did. I would pay a large amount of money to go see it. And basically, yeah, that's my opinion. This is what I wanted to discuss. And like I said, I know I've been gone for a long time, and I'm really trying to work on that, but I don't really have a lot to talk about, and I don't have a lot of topics to basically share with people, because most people, they don't really follow what I'm saying. They don't really care what I'm saying. But I just wanted to bring this out. So if you guys have an opinion on this video, please let me know in the comment section below. And thanks a lot. This is Newbie Cypherus signing off.